That's a good one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a big old fish. Hey, Shaye Baker here, out here on Beach Lake in Tennessee. One of my favorite things about tournament fishing, I don't get to do it nearly as much anymore because I know I work so much in the tournament fishing industry, but one of my favorite things about fishing tournaments was breaking down new water. And today I'm going to fish a lake I've never fished before. I found it online last night. I knew I had a day off, so I was going to try to find somewhere to fish. And I like the looks of this lake. It's fairly clear. It's got some houses on the lower end. It's got a couple big bays, a couple big arms up at the top, one of which has a good bit of vegetation, it looks like. So I'm going to start off down here on the bottom end. It's 1st of June, so we got a full moon tomorrow, and this time of year in the summertime, brim and bluegill spawn, especially on full moons this time of year. So I'm going to go out looking for brim beds. Basically, I'm going to take a popper. This is a little Jackal SK Pop Grande in sunfish color, and I've caught a lot of good fish on it when they're chasing brim. I got a spinnerbait tied on too. Wasn't planning on that, but there's a good bit of wind and cloud coverage, so I'm going to kind of rely on that. And then there's also a few places out here like some humps that you can see on the image on Google Images. So I'm going to take a Spro Fat Papa crankbait, fire it around out here a little bit and see if there's any fish offshore yet. Then also when we get up at the top end, I'm going to throw probably a chatterbait and swim jig some, but I'm also going to throw a frog. This is a little Spro popping frog. Looks like there's a lot of vegetation up there, so I'm really looking forward to that part. But I'm going to start off down here, try to see if I can figure out what's going on. It's important to form a game plan, have a few things picked out you want to throw, but when you're breaking down new water, definitely don't get caught up in your game plan. If you see something that you think has got a fish on it, pull over and fish it. If you got to sit down and retie something, that's fine. I mean, you're not supposed to know really what's going on until you get out here and try to figure it out. So I'm going to go out here and try to break down some new water for you guys today. Looking forward to it. I'm actually tying this topwater on with a loop knot. I tie a loop in the line, just a one time overhand loop like that. Then go through the eye. Go through the eye. This one's got a little recess, kind of hard to get in there. All right, then come back up, take your tag in, and go through the loop you made. You're going to pull this down pretty tight to the eye of your bait and then hold it. And you just twist your line like you're tying a regular knot. Come back through both those loops and then come back up through this loop. You want to keep holding your loop that you made to start with down there to where you can pull it tight. Pull your tag in. There you go. Now that loop's a little bit big, really. It'll be alright, but I don't really like it quite that big, and that's why you got to be real careful to hold your loop as you're tying it. That'll let your bait walk a lot better. There's a bite. It's not a big one, but number one. Got the old popper. You just kind of swatted at it and got it stuck. See, there's that tree line knocks the glare off there. You can see the light spot, little beds up on top of it. Kind of a weird deal, this first pocket here. I mean, I had two bites, one little one, and the other one really didn't look that big. I never got it, but kind of surprising, really. The water temp's only 74. Fish ought to be up here, either garden fry. There ought to be a few left on bed, really. Ought to be up here garden fry, or we're chasing these brim around, but I've seen a lot of brim beds. I just haven't really seen that many brim on them. I'm gonna ease out here a little ways and get right on the outside of this pocket and go up the bank between pockets right quick. we'll make a little bit of a move. I fished a couple of these pockets down here near the dam. Got a lot of houses in them. We'll ease up the lake a little ways. I don't know exactly how far yet. There's a pretty good pocket right there in front of us. This little lake actually has a little bit of topo on it. But I don't know if I'm gonna hit that or if I'm gonna probably hit one more pocket before I run up river where all that vegetation is. Seeing very little shoreline vegetation, so when I do see some like this little bank grass here, making sure I pull over and at least throw a spinnerbait or a frog through it or something like that. Stuff here is pretty shallow. I think I am going to throw the frog through it. See a little more of it over there. I do get a bite. Missed him. Doggone it. Got that one. That little guy. Boy, we're on a big bag. Probably about what pulled me down just before that. Bitty guy. Getting a couple bites, so we'll get a good one here in a minute. Wet like a big one right there, just didn't get it. Come back and get it, girl, come back and get it. Got her, that's a good one. You got that one? Yeah, buddy, that's a good one right there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's a big old fish. Come off, no way. That was like a 6 or 7 pounder. Probably should have went ahead and boat flipped that one. Dadgum. I'm not doing all that well so far. Getting the bites, just not getting them in the boat. Dang. That was a good one. Well, what you want to take away from that is, so I didn't get to hold it up for you and show you how pretty she was. A little patch of grass there is 6 feet deep under the boat. There's 2 or 3 patches of grass out on that point. I got bites on and I said, well, they ought to be some fish. There's not a lot of grass on this lake that I've seen so far on the bottom end. I said, give them a try right quick. And that was a good bite. That fish actually bit it up in the edge of the grass and followed it out and got it pretty good. Just come undone. There's got to be a fish in this. There he is. Can't catch up to him. Little guy. Snatched him out of there so fast, couldn't catch up to him. Keep the little ones pegged, but I can't keep the big one pegged. What's that about? I like I'm in a tournament or something. Time to head upriver. Some pretty stuff. Now with this, I just like to make a cast about every 10 feet or so. Just try to make sure you give them enough time to find it. Just work through that area. Alright, I've worked this as far as I can cast. Now what I like to do anytime I'm in this kind of stuff, whether it's high driller or pads or whatever, I'm going to go ahead and kick my trolling motor up on 100 and just get it over with. I'm going to push back in here far enough to fish, but instead of putting it on like 30 or 40 or something and trying to ease back here and making a lot of long, I mean, you're still making noise obviously like this, but you're just kind of tearing through it, where if you were going slower, you get it all tangled up in your prop and it just take a long time to get back here. Just go ahead and get back here, get it over with, and the fish will settle down pretty quick. You can go back to catching them.
God almighty. That sun gun smoked it. Good Lord. That's how you want them to get it right there, boy. Look at that thing. Got it choked. Got it choked, boy. Look at that. That's where you want them to get it right there. All right, got a little water on the GoPro. Get it down in there deep. That helps my feelings a little bit on that one I lost earlier, but this other one was a little bit bigger, I'm afraid. Yep, that's a solid, probably a 4-pound fish, close to it. 3 3/4, 4-pound fish. It's a good one. That didn't take long on a spinnerbait. Little guy. Looks like there's some vegetation under the water out here as you ease up towards the main line. Boy, that's a little big guy. I hadn't caught any solid keepers. It's either been a real good fish or a real little fish. I said I'd pick a spinnerbait up and ease up to this main line, see if we couldn't get a few bites. There's a good one. Right where it's supposed to be, boy. Come on out of there. Why you gotta have braid and a good stiff rod. Get them on out of that kind of stuff. That is a good fish right there. Boy, this place has got some big ones in it, and they are choking this frog. Look at that. Look at that. That's gorgeous, just like that last one. Get it in there deep. The frog is definitely doing the trick, little Spro. Dean Rojas popping frog up here in these pads. That's another 4-pounder. Real pretty fish. That's the way you want them to get it. Look at that thing. Tall. Boy, that's pretty. There's a good one. There's a good one. Oh yeah. Another good one. This place has got some big fish in it, boy. Golly, they're strong. I like how they get it. That's what I like. This is still ain't nothing to give up. There we go. Look at that. That's unreal. That place has got some good fish in it, and they choke that frog. Every one of them got it good. Something else, boy. Choking that frog. Probably another one. I don't know if it's quite 4, 3 3/4. Another chunky fish, healthy. God, it's a beautiful frog. There's a good one. I believe that's another good one. I don't know, I may just have him hooked funny. Haven't seen him yet. That's a decent one. Another decent fish. Oh, came out. Probably 3 pounds. Well, that about does it for today. That's a lot of fun coming out here and breaking down new water. Never fished this place before. Beach Lake out here in Tennessee. Tried a few different things, a spinnerbait, and flipped a little bit, threw a popper a little bit, but definitely the popping frog was the culprit of most of our success today. Lose, inshore, speed spool, Ducket Pete Ponds edition. It's a 7.3 power heavy, 40-pound suffix braid, and a little Spro popping frog. That was the magic ticket today out here on this lake. Probably had 17 pounds or so, and had one real big one come off first thing this morning on the frog. But that was the bite that clued us in. Even though it was a lost fish, that was the one that really got us going. Got us to try to figure out how to catch some more fish in this thing. So it was a lot of fun. Really glad I got to come out here and fish some new water. I love doing that, love breaking down new water. So hopefully that'll help you break down new water. Good luck. For more info on the products used in this video, click the links below.